Pele, the Brazilian football legend, widely regarded as the greatest player of all time, has died at the age of 82.
Contributes to the football icon Pele, who's died at the age of 82.
Yeah, the Brazil legend is the only player to have won the World Cup 3 times and is universally acknowledged as one of the greatest the game has seen.
Tributes have poured in from the football world following the death of one of the game's greatest ever players, Pele. The Brazilian icon passed away at the age of 82 on Thursday, having been in hospital in Sao Paulo since late November, one of the most legendary footballers in history.
He scored more than 1,200 goals in more than 1,300 appearances and became the only player to win the World Cup 3 times. In Brazil, he is hailed as a national hero for his achievements in football and for his repeated calls to improve the social conditions of the poor.
Obviously, I was born in 1965, so the World Cup in 1970, I can't remember actually watching it, but my dad said to me that he was the greatest sportsman that he'd ever seen. And I used to watch some videos, and he reminded me, if you had a mix between Cristiano Ronaldo, his physicality and his aerial prowess, and Lionel Messi on his dribbling skills and, you know, going past people and being balletic and a great balance. You put those two together, that's Pele.
Well, Pele's official social media account posted, "Inspiration and love mark the journey of King Pele, who passed away today. Love, love and love forever."
Well, the world of football and beyond have been paying tribute to the Brazil great. In Brazil, the famous Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio de Janeiro has been lit up in the football team's national colours in Pele's honour. The government has announced there will be 3 days of mourning for Pele.
Football is the world's game, then Pele was the world's greatest player. For most fans, that's a statement of fact. Well over 1,000 goals, a career of over 20 years, and 3 times a World Cup winner. But don't just look at statistics, look at the style.
Pele won 3 World Cups in 1958, 1962, and 1970. Tributes have been flooding in from the football world and beyond.
Argentina's Lionel Messi also saying his farewell to the football legend.
Winner Messi, considered alongside the likes of the late Pele and Diego Maradona to be the greatest footballer of all time, added his condolences, simply saying, "Rest in peace, Pele."
Brazilian football, synonymous with flair and success, was built on Pele. Having been born into poverty, in 1958 he took part in his first World Cup tournament, aged just 17. He scored 6 goals in 4 matches, playing himself to the point of exhaustion. When Brazil beat Sweden in the final, one opponent said when he watched Pele, he felt like applauding.
Pele! And number 3.
President Emmanuel Macron tweeted the game, the king, eternity. Brazilian striker Neymar said he turned football into art, he gave a voice to the poor and to black people, and he gave visibility to Brazil.
With current Brazil superstar Neymar posting an emotional tribute to his icon on Instagram. He wrote, "Before Pele, 10 was just a number. I've read this phrase somewhere at some point in my life. But this sentence, beautiful, is incomplete. I would say before Pele, football was just a sport. Pele has changed it all. He turned football into art, into entertainment, gave voice to the poor, blacks, and mostly gave visibility to Brazil. Soccer and Brazil have raised their status thanks to the king. He's gone, but his magic remains. Pele is forever. Pele was one of the greatest to ever play the beautiful game, and as one of the most recognizable athletes in the world. He understood the power of sports to bring people together. Our thoughts are with his family and everyone who loved and admired him.
Sartorial roles, commercial opportunities, politics, and naturally collected recognition. This Lifetime Achievement Award from the BBC, just one example. Pele expressed no regrets.
If I have to do everything again, since I was born until now, I will do everything again, and I thank God.
Pele had been receiving treatment for colon cancer for some time, and amid reports that his condition was worsening, his presence was felt throughout Brazil's campaign at the recent World Cup in Qatar. Last week, his daughter posted this update from her father's bedside in hospital in Sao Paulo. and tonight she confirmed his death, saying, "Everything we are is thanks to you."
Well, here in the UK, Wembley was also lit up in the Brazil national colours last night in honour of Pele. The Football Association have said that they are paying tribute to a true football icon.
News of Pele's death was announced less than an hour before last night's championship games were due to kick off, and those who could paid their respects with a minute's applause.
Another Brazilian legend, Ronaldo, also paid an emotional tribute. He said, unique, cool, technical, creative, perfect, one of a kind. Where Pele arrived, he stayed. Without ever leaving the top, he leaves us today. The king of football, only one the greatest of all time. The world of mourning, the sadness of parting mixed with the immense pride of the written history. What a privilege to come after you, my friend. Your talent is a school every player should go through. Your legacy will transcend generations, and that's how it will stay alive. Today and always, we celebrate you. Thank you, Pele. Rest in peace.
Questionably one of the greatest football players that's ever lived, and you have to be a certain age, of course, and I'm one of those people that were lucky enough to see him. My first World Cup I remember was 1970, that brilliant Brazilian side that he was the star of, and he had a profound effect on my love of football.
Ability. I think it was the sportsmanship. My abiding memory of Pele is always seeing clips of him with a smile on his face, be when he was scoring great goals, when he was being denied by incredible saves he was by Gordon Banks. And at the front page of the Daily Star actually is that iconic image of him swapping shirts with the great Bobby Moore after that England-Brazil game. And he did so much once he retired as well, didn't he, as an ambassador for FIFA. He was sports minister for Brazil, helping impoverished families in his home country. And even today, when you look at the number of world-class players that have come from that great footballing country, Pele is still the one who stands head and shoulders.
Look, he belonged to Brazil, he belonged to football, but he belonged to the world. Player, he transcended football, 3 World Cups. But what he actually did off the pitch, the way he had this grace about him, this humanity, he made everyone, because he looked at people in the eye, because he smiled, because he radiated warmth and goodwill, he just made people feel good on and off the pitch. So, a legend of a man as well as a legend of a footballer.
For me, I will always carry Pele in my heart for how he inspired generations, and long live the king.